course, Boole is famous around the world for his work that aided the development of modern-day computing. But who was he besides this, and what kind of impression has he left?
George Boole was born in Lincolnshire, England on November 2nd, 1815 to John Boole and Mary Ann Joyce. Though he attended a primary school, he had little further education, but managed to learn Latin and taught himself modern languages. At the age of 16, he took up a junior teaching position in Doncaster in order to support his parents and 3 younger siblings. Later, Edward Bromhead helped George with mathematics, and George was given the calculus text of Sylvester Francois Lacroix by Reverend George Stevens. Boole then went on to establish his own school in Lincoln at the age of 19, and he studied algebra in the form of symbolic methods and went on to publish research papers from 1838 onwards. In 1849, George Boole was appointed as the first professor of mathematics at Queen's College, Cork, later University College, Cork. Here he married Mary Ann Everest and had 5 children. Though he had begun a new life here in Cork, he still managed to maintain his ties with Lincoln. He passed away prematurely on December 8, 1864, of a fever-induced pleural effusion after he walked 2 miles in heavy rain and continued to wear his wet clothes throughout a lecture. In his life, Boole received the Keith Medal from the Royal Society of Edinburgh in 1855, was elected a Fellow of the Royal Society in 1857, and he received honorary degrees from the University of Dublin and Oxford University. On top of all these awards, George Boole has also been credited as the father of both pure mathematics and modern-day computing. Other tributes to Boole include a petition to restore his Cork homestead, as well as many other events to celebrate his bicentenary. To conclude, I decided to ask some students of UCC, who I found outside the Boole Library, if they knew why it was called the Boole Library and why George Boole is famous.
Called the Boole Library after George Boole. He is the first professor of mathematics here at UCC, one of the fathers of modern day computing.
Well, the Boole Library is named after George Boole. He's a famous mathematician who invented Boolean algebra.
This is known worldwide. People come here to visit the tours all the time. The Boole is known as the 4th quad because there's 3 quads here, 3 quads in the quad, and the Boole is known as the 4th quad.
The library is called after George Boole, who, according to my sources, tell me he's one of the most famous mathematicians ever. And we wouldn't have the internet, or more importantly the binary system for the computers that we have now today without him. So we should be very grateful to him.